So guys, in the previous video we have just learned how to write a simple Go program which was say printing hello world, and we even have a setup ready, say the uh, Go installed on our system, and even we have VS Code set up and we have written our first Go program. So now let's move on to why do we need Go in the first place. Like when there were lots of options already available in the market, why was this again needed? So let's move on. So here I have compared Go with other languages like C++, Python and Java. So let's move uh, to discussing like each criteria one by one. So when it comes to say syntax and simplicity, like Golang is like very simple compared to all the other languages, and so it it was built say later after C++, and lots of Golang is like very close to C++, but lots of uh, say complexities have been reduced in Go. So that is one piece. And here say when it comes to Java, you need to write say a lot of code to write the same program, say when compared to say Golang. So that is one advantage of Golang, that it is simple and say easy for a beginner also. Similarly, Python is also say very great for beginners. Let's move on to performance. So Golang is say very high performant and it's fast, and it is statically typed language and compile in nature. So what do we mean by static type and compiling nature? So when it comes to static type, it means that all the types of the variables are known ahead in time. So there is no confusion say related to what is the type of the variable. So that is say that leads to say bug free code. There are very limited errors that can happen actually in the code, whereas say in Python or say even in PHP, the data type is not known at the compile time. We need not mention the data type. So that is say one advantage of Golang. And when it come to compiled in nature, so it means that a binary can be created, which is say a machine code that can run on the operating system. So it is much faster, whereas other languages like you don't have that. You usually have, depends, like say Python and Java still have a mechanism where you can pre-compile partial code so that you can run much faster. Else there is an interpreter which usually runs line by line, and just before the execution it converts that line to the machine language to evaluate. So that's why compared to Go, usually the other languages are slower, but C++ is much faster because again C++ code is also say converted to low level code. When it comes to memory management, there is automatic garbage collection in Golang, same with say in Java also, but in C++ that is not the case. You have to manually like do the memory management. So that is a hassle in C++, which is not solved in Golang. So you can consider Golang to be a very upgraded version of C++. And when it comes to concurrency also, like there are Go routines and say channels available, concept of channels available in Golang. We will be discussing about these say in the upcoming lectures, but that uh, the using these to manage your concurrency is very simple in Go when compared to say using threads in C++, Python and Java. And now let's move on to practical applications of Golang. So Golang is like used almost everywhere nowadays. Let's say when it can be used as backend servers for web development, and some cloud and networking services use Golang to build its backend. For example, Docker is built on Golang, and Golang is even great in building say command line tools. You can even say do any sort of analysis in Go. Like now that Go has a very big community, like you almost have all the helper libraries available which can say help you with even say data science and machine learning problems. So that is one thing. And like from what I know and from my experience, like Go can be used almost everywhere. I prefer using Go even for any task. Like even if I have a Python script, what I do is I just go to GPT and put my Python code and I ask it to generate an equivalent Golang code, and then I say upgrade it and do my job say in Go itself. That is how easy say Golang is. Thank you guys, that's it for this lecture. Like if you have any questions, or if at any point in time if you feel that I have uh, say said something wrong in this lecture, do let me know. Thank you so much.